Hi guys, it's Miss Gann and I will be teaching you guys reading this week. Today in reading, we're going to review short vowels and their sounds. We're going to review handwriting and we will also be reviewing nouns and verbs. Our vowels are A, E, I, O, and U, and the rule that we follow is when there is one vowel in a word, either at the beginning or between two consonants, it usually has a short vowel sound. So we know we have the vowel A, We know we have the vowel E, the vowel O, the vowel U, and the vowel I. So what we're going to do is watch a quick video to really hear those sounds correctly, and then we're going to play a short vowel game.
You go first. No, you go first. Okay, then let's introduce each other. I am A. I make the sound cat. Cat. I am short vowel A.
Okay, it's my turn. I am E. I make the sound red. I am short vowel E. All right, now me. I am I make the sound thin. Thin. I am short vowel I.
Ooh, is it my turn now? I am O. I make the sound dog. I am short vowel O. Yeah, it's finally my turn. I am U. I make the sound nut. Nut. I am short vowel U. We are the vowels. We are the vowels.
Okay, now that we have heard the vowels and their sounds, we're going to practice making a CVC word. So the first thing we're going to do is look at these three pictures and decide what is that beginning sound that we need. So let's do this one together. This is pizza. P, p. So what letter makes the P sound? If you said P, you are correct. The next one is ah. What letter makes the sound? If you said O, you are correct. And now for our last letter, we need the letter that makes the t sound. If you said T, you are correct. So now what we're going to do is blend these three letters together to make one of these words at the bottom. So we have a picture of a top, a picture of a pot, and a picture of a pig. So let's blend them together. P-A-T. P-A-T. Please look at your parent and tell them what word we just blended together. P-A-T. If you said the word pot, you are correct. Now we have another one. We have three new pictures, which means we're blending a brand new word. The first picture is a heart. Heart. So think to yourself, what letter makes the sound? If you said H, you are correct. The next one is an umbrella. Uh, uh. What vowel makes the sound? If you said you are correct. And our last picture is of a guitar. G, g, guitar. Please look at your parent and tell them what letter makes the G sound. If you said G, you are correct. Now we have a picture of a ham, two children hugging, and a log. So we need to blend this word together to decide which picture is correct. Hug, hug. So if you said hug, you are correct. Wonderful job. Now we're moving into the topic of handwriting. So we have about 6 rules that we're going to talk about to make sure that our writing is perfect. First, our letters touch the bottom line. Short letters start or just underneath the dotted line. Tall letters touch the top of the line. Then we use finger spaces to go between your words. Go under letters, go under the line, and we try to print all of our letters at the same size. And this is just a picture to make sure that you're holding your pencil the correct way. So now we're going to practice on where to place our capital letters to make sure that they're doing it on the correct lines. So let's take this capital A, and if Miss Gann were to draw her A right here, that would be wrong because it's not touching the top of my line. So I would move it up, and you can see it crosses on the cloud line or the dotted line. The same thing goes with B. We make sure that it's touching the top, the bottom, and you can see that it meets in the middle on the dotted. So what I like you to do is just kind of practice where you think C would go. Would C go here? Would C go up here? Or would C go right here in the middle? If you said it would go right here, you are correct. And then lastly, we have D. And D goes right up here to make sure it's all crossing on the same lines. Great job for practice writing your capital letters. Now we're practicing with our lowercase. So you can see right here, we have tall letters, short letters, and letters with a tail. So our tall letters would be letters that go all the way up to the top line and that go to the dotted line and the bottom line. So do you see any letters on our screen that make tall letters? Miss Gann sees 2. I see the letter B, which I would place right up here because now the top is touching the top line, the bottom is touching the bottom line, and you can see the bubble is right in the middle on the dotted line. The next tall letter I see is D, and Miss Gann would place it right there, just like the top is touching the top line, the bottom is touching the bottom, and of course our bubble is right on the dotted. Now we're moving to short letters. Short letters, remember, would start at the dotted line and go to the bottom. So look at our 4 letters that we have left and decide which 2 letters Miss Gann needs to move to the short letter box. Is it A, C, G, or Y? If you said the letter C, you are correct, and you can see where I'm placing it, right on here in the middle line. And the same goes for A. A also is a short letter and goes from the dotted to the bottom. That leaves our last 2 letters, letters with tails, which would be letter G, that you start at the middle and it goes underneath that bottom line. And then the last one would be Y. And the same rule applies. It starts at the middle and then goes down to the bottom. Wonderful job on practicing your handwriting. Our last skill that we're going to practice today is nouns and verbs. Remember that a noun is a person, a place, a thing. It can be an animal or an idea. I know you guys have talked about it in your classroom. It can be your mom, your dad, your teacher, your brothers or sisters. Then we have places like school or the park or your house. Animals can be cats, dogs, pigs, bears. Things can be chairs, cars, or the sun, pencils, erasers, your bed. And the idea is love, strength, fear, scared, those kind of things. And then verb shows an action. Remember, a verb is something that you can do. So these 5 children, we have someone bouncing a ball, watching TV, cheering, carrying a box. When you hug your parents, it can also be climbing, jumping, jump roping, playing soccer. So now we have a grammar sort. So we're going to put all of our nouns on this side and all of our verbs on this side. So let's go over our pictures. We have a pig, a person running, a baby, someone eating, a pencil, someone spinning a ball, and school. So let's first start with our first picture, which is a pig. So we have to talk about, is a pig a person, place, or thing, or an animal? Ms. Gann thinks it's a noun because it's an animal. Then someone running. We know running is an action. It's something that you do, so that would be a verb. Then a baby. A baby is a person, which would go in nouns. Another action that someone is doing is eating, so that would be a verb. A pencil. A pencil isn't a person, a place, or an animal, but it is a thing. Then spinning. You can either spin a ball on your finger or you could spin your body. So that is an action. And the last one is a school, and that's a place that you can go. All right, we're almost on our lesson. So we have learned a bunch of different skills today. So your assignment for this week, you guys have seen papers that look like this before. It looks like our routine writing that we do at school. First thing you're going to do is write your name and date. Then you're going to choose one of the nouns. All of our nouns on this one are animals. So if you want to choose a cat, a dog, a pig, or a cub. And you notice all of these nouns are also short vowel words. Then you have 3 verbs, climbing, sleeping, and running. So you're going to pick one noun and one verb, and then you're going to write a sentence using the lines. Remember, when we're writing, you get credit for if you wrote your name, you wrote the date, your sentence started with a capital, you used lowercase in your sentences, your sight words are correct, your picture has lots of detail, you use more than 4 colors, you have punctuation at the ends, and your handwriting is neat and easy to read. Parents, if you're unable to print the assignment, it can be completed on lined paper, and you can still use the same word bank. All right, so we're going to write our name and date, circle one of the nouns, circle one of the verbs, write a complete sentence using the circled words and your sight words, and you're going to draw a picture to match. All right, boys and girls, have a great time. Miss Gann and all of your teachers can't wait to read your writing. Have fun. I'll see you guys next week.